I made a mistake in the previous part. I mentioned athaloids which will be athals. So kindly forgive me and enjoy the story. The sun is not even picking from the sky when the large bell rings. The sound was too noisy to sleep peacefully. The bell kept ringing until everyone was awake. Jungkook woke up feeling a light tap on his cheeks. Opening his eyes, he witnessed a beautiful fairy just in his finger's size smiling at him. He smiles at the beautiful little one and sits straight. I am your helper, master. From now on I will help you with your daily activities. You have to tell me everything and I will do everything as you want. The little one said with her tiny voice while Jungkook smiled and tried to touch her. He wanted to witness fairy a lot but never could see them. And now one is calling her a master. No need to call me master. My name is Jungkook. You can call me whatever you like. Jungkook said with his honey tone. The fairy smiles and twirls showing her happiness. Jungkook also smiles at her cuteness. Eunha will be so happy to see this cute creature. So pretty. I will call you pretty from now on. She twirls again while a smile tugging on her lips. My name is Soren. You can call me Sue. In our land everyone calls me Sue. Jungkook smiles widely and touches the little hand of his fairy. She also touched Jungkook's face as Jungkook is the prettiest male she ever witnessed. She smiles and sits on Jungkook's shoulder. Get off now. I have to take a bath. The sapphire blue eyes pretty male said while the fairy smiled and sat on the book placed on the table. Jungkook left after taking his clothes. Meanwhile Taehyung was sleeping like selling horses. He was snoring softly while laying on his stomach. The loud ring didn't disturb his sleep while Yoongi just looked at him biting his lips. He really wants to beat Taehyung a lot. If Yoongi has any passion right at this moment then it beats Taehyung till he chooses to keep his mouth shut. Kiki, should I beat him? Yoongi asked his Fi with whom he had already gotten introduced. Kiki shook his head and came in front of Yoongi who smiled at him. That little Fi is too cute. No, patience, Suga. Patience is the only way you can win something. You have to deal with many things and remember patience will give you the right thing. And he is cute, Kiki said and later sat on Yoongi's shoulder who sighs and starts getting ready for the first class. Meanwhile Taehyung was sleeping peacefully but soon he felt he was drowning in the sea. He wakes up in a jerk and sits on the bed. He looks at the drenched bed and looks here and there. He thought Yoongi was the one who did this. He became angry and pouted. Yoongi hung. He was cut off by a tiny voice. Looking at the side he saw a cute little bean. A little Fi is floating around him. I did this. The little bean said and came in front of his face. My name is Nori. I am your assistant for the next 5 years. Taehyung glared at him with displeasure. This tiny size Fi ruined his sleep and then did something which he didn't like a little bit and now saying he is his assistant with this kind of nonchalant voice. Everything is crashing on Taehyung himself. He is highly disappointed in his Fi. I don't like you, Taehyung said while glaring at him while Nori rolled his eyes. Don't do this. I will smack your head. You can't. I don't have the human body to get your smack. Now you have 15 minutes to get ready. Nori said while Taehyung left from there while gritting his teeth. He is pouting thinking how can his father just send him to this place knowing how much he loves sleeping. In Muram University ground. Now it's time for all of your first class. Let's start it. In front of you there was a sword. Pick one for you. It's the first day so you guys will practice with yourself. Try to hold the sword carefully. The PT teacher said with his stern voice. All students were sighing as they were not ready for this, not after just waking up. But they can't do anything either. Taehyung holds his sword nonchalantly and starts moving it like a pen while Nori pokes his cheeks which annoy Taehyung a lot. You have to do it in a better way. You can't just play with it. Nori's statement hurt Taehyung's ego. He is already a master of sword fighting and a tiny piece telling him all this hurts his pride. First of all he doesn't like this little Fi and now this little Fi is poking his cheeks and later telling him how to hold a sword. This is highly disrespectful for him. Just watch me you tiny little Fi. You are flying a lot. I will cut your wings one day. Taehyung said and opened his shirt revealing his already muscular body. Although he is just an 18-year-old athles, his obsession over the gym was too high. In fact Mr. Kim makes a whole damn gym in his house only because for what his son will want he will get it. Everyone starts drooling over his muscular body. Jungkook looked at the chaos but didn't pay much attention. While Taehyung holds the sword and starts to move. One slow diagonal slash from right shoulder to left hip. The edge of the sword sliced through air. He turned his body slightly while a smirk played in his lips. He forwarded his left foot and spun and then a sudden side slash. And then pulling the blade backwards across to the front. Everyone was looking at the scene with their mouths wide open. Stepping back a little again a counter slash. He moved his waist perfectly, spinning half holding the sword upward. A perfect war scene of a great soldier. At the end he brought the blade back to its original position. He smirked at Nori who just left a chuckle. Wow, this was perfect. He is so perfect at holding swords. One of the students said while looking at Taehyung with her dreamy eyes. Other students also follow the girl praising Taehyung. While Taehyung was feeling like floating in air. Who doesn't like to get praise? Kim Taehyung is a great sword fighter. We appreciate it, but here we have to learn to control swords with magic. Come in a row and pick your sword for the class. The PT teacher said with a stern voice. They can't waste time on praising someone. It's not like that the PT teacher isn't impressed. He is damn impressed by Taehyung's amazing skill, but he also knows about Kim's favorite brat, so he makes sure to treat Taehyung the same as every student. All the students pick the sword. Jungkook also came and picked one, but the sword was too heavy for him. But somehow he picked it. For sword fighting you have to hold it like it's a weightless toy, not just pick it somehow. But as this is the first day, the teacher didn't say anything. He just patted Jungkook's head. You will do that, little boy. This is the first day, you are the youngest among them. The teacher said lovingly, earning a small smile from the doll-eyed boy. I am not doing this. I am hella tired. I want to sleep now. Yoongi said while Taehyung kept his head on Yoongi's shoulder. Taehyung pouted and nodded his head. This is the first time I am agreeing with you, Hung. Like it's my time to sleep and give rest to my billion-dollar body. Taehyung said and picked his head from Yoongi's shoulder. But Yoongi glared at him. Stop this nonsense. You are so full of yourself. Yoongi rolled his eyes. Taehyung pushed him slightly and glared at him. Obviously I am Kim Taehyung. If I don't be full of myself, who would be? Taehyung flipped his imaginary hair and fanned himself with his hand while Yoongi sneered and left from there. Other side, Namjin was praying to every god not to do something. This is the matter of life and death. When he was being so nervous, the teacher put his hand on his shoulder. Namjin looked at him and left a sigh. Relax your muscles. Relax yourself first. Don't think about anything which will lead you to stress. Believe in yourself first. After saying those reassuring words, the teacher left from there while Namjin sighed. I have full trust in myself. Someday I will break someone or myself. He said and picked his sword. He started moving it just to free his muscles. As this is the only thing they have to do in the first days. Hoseok holds the sword and starts dancing with it like it's any dancing material. He was also singing with his own happiness, but soon the teacher held his hand and glared at him. Do it properly. This isn't a dancing prompt. The teacher scolded him and left while Hoseok pouted and started moving his sword as Taehyung did. Soon the sword fell from his hand, but he picked it again. And started moving his sword. Seokjin was looking at his reflection in the mirror. He witnessed a small amount of darkness around his eyes. He couldn't believe his flawless skin had some dark circles. He gasps and sudden restlessness fills his eyes. My flawless skin is looking too bad. What happened to my XWH face? Seokjin said while crying, more like pretending his level best to cry. He was busy admiring when the teacher came and smiled at him. Dear, sword is for fighting, not for witnessing your face. So you better do what you are here for. The teacher said and left while Seokjin gritted his teeth, feeling like smacking the teacher, but this isn't possible. Jimin was having a hard time picking the sword. It was kinda heavy, and being an angel prince of his parents, he hardly did anything hard. He pouted and looked at Jungkook, who was struggling the same way. Now he is happy, at least he isn't the only one suffering from this. The class ended and all the students started going from there. They have to take off their sword fighting dress and pull up their normal clothes. All come to the room looking tired. Gosh, that stupid teacher just scolded me. For watching my face, Seokjin said while kicking his legs in the air. Jimin smiles at his fairy and lets her wrapped around his finger. At least you picked up the sword effortlessly, but here me and Kuki, also the girl beside us, couldn't even pick it. Jimin said, consoling the male who is sulking over the fact that teachers scold him. Kuki tilde, Jungkook said while Jimin looked at him and smiled widely. Jungkook smiled at Jimin. He himself doesn't know why he loves this nickname a lot. Yup, Kuki seems easier. Also, you are a little cute baby. Isn't it 9? Jimin asked his fairy, who twirled and nodded her head. Yes indeed, it's a beautiful name. Thank you, Hung, Jungkook said while Jimin chuckled at Jungkook's red face. This guy is too shy to take a compliment. After the breakfast table, the trio was talking more like Seokjin and Jimin were talking, and Jungkook was listening to everything. He was eating quietly, listening to the family gossip of Jimin and Seokjin sharing with them. Suddenly a girl walks up to them. The girl is looking too beautiful to take off eyes. Eventually from the next tables boys and girls were staring at her. Purple hair, shining silver eyes, sharp jawline and milky white skin. She is looking like a little fairy herself. May I sit here? She asked when the trio looked at her and smiled. Jimin smiles and pat beside him. Thank you for letting me sit here. I am grateful to all of you. My name is Ga. She smiled politely and then Jungkook and Seokjin introduced themselves. The girl Gia soon becomes comfortable around them. And starts talking about things that happen in morning class and on the first day. Aho QJDKAOAONSNSLPAOQNA. On the other hand, today Yoongi didn't come with Taehyung as he was having a hard time with his shoulder. In his childhood he fell badly and got a shoulder injury. It doesn't cause much problem but occasionally he feels some discomfort. Taehyung gave him water and medicine and also took his breakfast to the room. Taehyung might be a brat but he always knows how to behave according to the situation. He will annoy Yoongi later. When Yoongi will be alright he will make sure to make him cry but now he needs care the most. He comes and sits beside Hoseok who is still sulking over the fact that the teacher scolded him even after witnessing such amazing dance steps. Bro passed me the salt and pepper. Taehyung said while cutting the steak. Hoseok glanced at him and passed it. Taehyung was cutting the steak with an annoyed expression. In his house his mother is the only one who does these things for him and his brother and now he isn't able to do it properly as he is wishing to cut. You seem annoyed. What happened? Hoseok asked, watching the restless action of Taehyung's. Taehyung glanced at him and Hoseok smiled at her. Dude, you are the one who rocked the entire class, right? I am amazed by your sword skills. You were amazing. Taehyung looked at him with a pout. His sadness is palpable in his facial expressions. Hoseok also closed his mouth and turned serious by the way Taehyung's face fell. Who wakes up at 4 o'clock and has breakfast at 5 o'clock? My precious sleep. And this idiot of mine is annoying me a lot. Taehyung shared his miseries with a sad pout while Hoseok patted his shoulder. Nori was sitting on that side so he was kinda scared by this sudden interval but Hoseok moved his hand away at the right moment. I can understand. At least your Phi didn't tease you and the teacher didn't scold you. I got scolded and my naughty Phi is teasing me by repeating the same words. Hoseok said and pouted too. Those Phi is turning their life upside down. Both start eating with dissatisfaction. Soon after they complete their breakfast a man with his suit walks inside. Taehyung can guess something cruel is waiting for his soft body. He made a crying face looking at the man. Hello students, how are you all feeling? As today is the first day so for now make sure to know each other. We will meet at exact 8 in the classroom. Meet the official staff for your classroom details. The man said and left while everyone sighs in relief. They want to take some rest for now. Going back to class and studying when the sun just woke up seems too cruel to them. The time passed and here everyone is waiting in the classroom for their teacher to arrive. Everyone was sitting messily. Jungkook is glad that Jimin and Seokjin are sitting with him. Otherwise he would be too uncomfortable for cooperation and talking would be too difficult for him. And Taehyung is sitting with Yoongi, annoying him like it's his paying job. Namjin is sitting with Hoseok as usual talking about things which they will do and learn. Bro, I have a great plan. Let's just do it, Taehyung said again while Yoongi glared at him for his stupid idea. All athletes know magic is bare minimum to pull a stunt against a master of magic. And for God's sake Yoongi isn't in a mood to get detention on the first day. I will throw you out if you say anything now, Yoongi said while Taehyung laughed at him. Throwing Taehyung away is impossible. He can't even catch him. You can't. Oh, the teacher is coming. Taehyung smirks trying hard to look like a villain from any drama but he was looking like a cute bean coming out of a fairyland. Nori looked at him with an annoyed face. He is a low-key, talkative person who talks 20 sentences in a day and here his master barely closed his mouth. Eventually when he found no one he would chant with himself. Taehyung twisted his fingers and crossed it. The teacher came to the classroom and then again left from there. This keeps happening for a few times. Yoongi glared at Taehyung who smiled innocently and freed his hands. He smiles sheepishly at Yoongi who glared at him more furiously. If you do it again I will smack your head hard and make sure you lose your memory. Yoongi said with a stern voice while Taehyung pouted and looked at Yoongi with his jade green eyes. He looks so pure and innocent that Yoongi feels guilty for a few seconds. Wow, this seems hella interesting. Like, isn't it amazing I am forgetting who I am? My family is trying hard so I can regain my memories. But I am not able to remember and get pampered by them. I bet my mother will love me the most. She won't scold me anymore, Taehyung said with a sparkling expression in his eyes. He is fascinated by his own imagination. This would be more wonderful. No, this isn't. If it's for you then too, no. Your family will be devastated if you do so. Yoongi said while looking at the front where the teacher is keeping his accessories for reaching further. Now don't talk rubbish and concentrate on the class. Whoever did this should remember one thing. Pranks are allowed but not in class time. If anyone makes things difficult then we have to be cruel. This is the first class to welcome all of you. My name is Choi Min-jun. And give your introduction properly. The teacher said with a smile. Taehyung is pouting as he didn't get angry over the fact that he controlled his mind and walked him round and round for 15 times. Soon students start to introduce them. They were coming to the podium and started giving their introduction. The teachers were making seat plans. Mainly he is not putting dorm mates in the same seat. This will raise communication in classes and disturb class more. He was glancing at the new students while doing his work. My name is Park Bogum. Please take care of me. The boy said and climbed down from the podium while another one climbed on it. Hello guys, my name is Kong Sung-ji. Let's be friends from now on. Another one said and left and the circle kept going. The class is divided by 50 athles, 50 students in each class. And for Taehyung's good luck and Yoongi's bad luck they are in the same class. And the main relief is for Jungkook who got his dorm mate as a classmate. Hung, what will you say? Hello guys, this is your cat here. Keep meowing at me. Taehyung laughs at his own joke when Yoongi smacks his head softly. This didn't even cause a little bit of pain but being a drama king he behaved like it's hurting a lot. Give another smack from my side also. He is talking non-stop, Nori said with a dissatisfied voice. Taehyung pulled the little Phi holding his shirt from the back and kept it in his table glaring at him. You are my assistant aren't you? Why the hell are you appreciating him for beating me? I get betrayed by my assistant. I will complain to higher authority and put you in jail. Taehyung threatens the little Phi who looks at him raising his one eyebrow. And you think they will believe you? I have been here for 300 years. What will you say to them? Nori said while Yoongi smirked at Taehyung who was pouting now. This is clearly an embarrassment for him. And he couldn't even retort, making it more cruel. Other side in the same class. Soren is dancing on the table while Jungkook is admiring her. She is too pretty and cute. Jimin looks behind as he is sitting in the front seat. Seokjin patted his little fairy who was sleeping in his hand. And Jimin's fairy was clapping sitting on the chair's headboard looking at Soren's dance. So beautiful, Sue, you can dance so well. Jungkook said as Soren twirled and spun, later bowing in front of her mini audience. By the compliment Soren hides her face earning a light chuckle from Jungkook. So cute, baby bun. What if we didn't get seats beside each other? Guys I might be extroverted but I am not too comfortable with anyone. Jimin said with a pout while his fairy Saya spun around him and sat on his shoulder. Don't worry, Chimchim, you guys are in the same class. And meditation, attention is important for classes. Saya comforts her master who seems pouting more at the fact that he will be away from those who are the only closed one here. We will be in the same class, Hung. Don't worry about it, Jungkook said while Jimin sighs. I am thinking who will be the lucky person who will sit beside me. Like seriously, nowadays everyone gets blessings out of nowhere. Seokjin said while patting his fairy.